Hello and welcome to the Cat Collective. I'm Nina, I'm the channel for this channel. And first of all, excuse the state of some of my fingers, I made some art. Yeah, and let's start. Trust. Blessings. Ooh, okay. Love that. And compassion. And do you see that? There's a card from another deck in this. I'm not taking it, but I want to have a look. Do you want to have a look? I had this deck and this deck stored away for a while, but this one wanted to come out. So I'm really interested that I want to see it. Are you curious? Yeah. Okay, well, cool. Fortune's Wheel. Luck and right timing. Oh my god. Are there more like that? But good that we noticed because, yeah. That's nice. Well, anyways. Okay. Fortune's Wheel. Well, we have to take it, right? It just wanted to be in the message. But I love it. Right? Trust, blessings, compassion. Yeah, let's take some more. See how it goes. Stars. Oh, blessings, and then quietude, or not saying something, and compassion. Okay, and all the faces again. This card has been in a lot of readings recently, so I really want it to be seen. And the parallel lines on the bottom are really important. I feel, because I feel that there is I feel that the energy of this reading is split with this. It's really, I really feel this, that there is, this energy is, it's like there are two timelines, and one of them is darker, or darker. I just want to say darker, and the other one is filled with more light and more compassion, more blessings and trust. So I feel that you have been on a darker timeline. I think it's really interesting that this comes up as timeline, because usually this is a card of they are parallel lines, they are close but not together, but this time it's a timeline, and this darker timeline is a bit low vibrational. It's there's not much hope in it. There's just it's just tiring and not really not really your expression. If you want to see this, there's this the need to be quiet, right? And I feel this is being overcome, and this need to be quiet. Sometimes it's all right. I feel that if you had issues with this, you can control yourself better. What I mean with this is that you can you can say the right things magically. It's like magic, and it's leaving an old timeline behind that was dark and just full of unpleasant things that you couldn't trust for some reason, because I feel that you have lived for a long time in a darker timeline, and this might have caused you to be less trusting in everything, you know. It's like standing there on this cliff, right, which is quite intimidating. And then there are two options, you know, or two versions. It's like either you stand there because you want the waves to take you, or you stand there because you just want to admire the beauty of the sea, and you are trusting that the sea won't take you, you know. And I feel this with the stars. It's like when this is on top, it's like you become the star, you know. It's your light that shines through all of this. And this also can be introspection, right? And being stuck because you are, you are holding yourself back, holding some words back, holding the truth back, holding everything back inside you. And now you are stepping through this wheel, and you are being met with luck and right timing, and it's a big one, you know, and it's unexpected. I was really I was really surprised. Oh, well-being, okay. I was really surprised that this deck or this card was in this deck. I think that was magic. Because I really just got it out of the box. I didn't even bother to shuffle it. I was like, you want to speak? You want to? Okay, all right, come to the table. And there you are. And this wheel is a big one. It's, you know, if you see in front of it, there's a lot of darkness and there's this light shining through. And when you step through it, it might be really light. And that's unexpected. Also, there's a lot of fear somehow. I feel that because if you judge everything from what you have experienced before, which wasn't the most pleasant, right? And maybe not filled with too many blessings. Now it comes back to you in a different way. So because you jumped this, you stepped over this, and you are on the light one, and you can't go back to the dark one as well. Once you have touched the light, you can't go back. So and I feel that this timeline almost has been waiting for you for a time. It's like there was a portal open that you didn't see, and now you step through it. It's like this big moon behind the person, and the person is focused somewhere else, and you know this person is looking more in this direction, but look, like next to the person there's this big moon which looks like the wheel of fortune, and it is shining bright, and that's the wheel that's behind this wheel, right? That's behind it, and behind it is this big blessing. And it's so simple. If you look at this woman, she's naked, right? And she receives this blessing. The hands are just glowing. I feel that I'm being reminded of the word Midas touch, right? And with compassion as well. There's a lot of empowerment when I look at this person here. And it feels to me that, you know, when you have this light in your hands, you can spread it in the world, right? And I feel that was important. That's why this timeline was there for you. And because you held back, you didn't let it in. But now that you don't hold back anymore and say your truth, this timeline comes in. And I feel that you held back because you were fearful that your words were, not appropriate, right? And this also means that with this light, you are influencing a lot of people in a good way and in a beneficial way. And that was needed. So your words were needed. Your speech was needed. And because you are not holding back and you are not scared of this, you are also getting back the light. It's like a mirror, a reflection. It's this glowing light that comes out of you. And it has something very spiritual about it as well, right? So I kind of want to know a little bit more about what you are doing with this, what you are doing. So that this looks like people are gathering around you, to witness this, to listen what you have to say, right? And I feel that you might have never experienced it like that before. Yeah. So, let's see. You were not expecting this in a way. Maybe hoping for it, but you didn't expect it. That your words are this this welcome. And also I want to say that there's this feeling of expecting something to not turn out nice, and it's turning out better than you could have thought. And it's in so many areas of your life that you might be speechless at times as well. So it might be it might be just something that you we're not used to, when everything turns out way better and you worry about things. I feel that you still carry some things from the darker timeline with you. And therefore you get all the blessings, so you can leave them all behind, and you will. That's what I said, you are leaving this timeline behind, and then you will never go back to it. Because you've been on it for so long, that now when you leave this and go to the lighter one or to the higher vibrational one, you can't leave it anymore, because the light is all around the world again. So the world, it means auch, if you say or do something, or but this wants to look at the mouth, so words or singing maybe even, or noise take or something. It could be also coming from your creation, it goes around the world, and it's like all around. People are enlightened by what you are saying, right? It's like they step out of the dark. This card was dark before, and then the faces, they are coming out of the dark. It's like if you rewind back to the moment when I have drawn them. Before that, the card was dark, and then I put the white lines on it, and the faces appeared. And that's what's happening with you. You think you are in the dark. You think no one wants to hear or to be touched by your light, but it comes in. wisdom. Yeah, well, so words spoken with wisdom. But look at how beautifully this aligns somehow. You know, this card on top of this. So it's like you are also blessed with wisdom. So I feel that if you are in doubt if you can uphold things like that, no, the owl has landed on your porch, right? And the owl is like yours. The owl of wisdom, right? And the owl is not leaving you. The owl is keeping you. It's giving you more and more and more wisdom. It's a never-ending wheel, right? This, once you've stepped through this, also the wings here, right? It's a never-ending wheel. So you have as much wisdom as you want to have. It's like, as you know, when you open your mouth, it just comes out of you, right? And it's that's your blessing. And I feel there are some trust issues still, and I feel that this is a part of the darker timeline, because you are not sure, or you are just a little bit, you know, oh, love. Oh, well, that's beautiful as well, isn't it? And shooting stars, you know that, well, this reminds, like, with the stars and stars in general, this reminds me of, you know, and all the faces. Of course, this reminds me of someone who becomes publicly successful in some way, right? And I feel that it takes you around the world, you know. It's like when you have, before that, you might have no, you know, on the darker timeline, you weren't able to shine light on the world because you didn't say anything. But now that you're saying things, your light is shining and brightening up the world. And because you do that, the world also needs you. So the world needs to hear what you have to say. And to be able to do so, you are being carried around. It's like you're, or carried, or just your words are being carried around. Maybe they are being quoted. Persistence. Okay, well, that's another layer on it, right? It's not giving up. It's like, well, making an artwork, you know, with this, the person makes artworks, and this person just doesn't give up. You know, sometimes you have stages when you make art, and sometimes you just make a piece and you don't really like it, and you think you need to scrap it. But when you persist with it, and you don't give up, and you just work harder, more on it, then you see the beauty of it. You see that you were able to make something nice out of it, even though you thought it wasn't nice. And that's the beauty of it. I feel that was the phase of being silent, you know. It's like giving up on a creation, or your word even. You know, if you don't want to be seen and you don't want to be witnessed even, right? Because of fear. Because you don't see your value. It's also like having a stack of artworks somewhere, you know, underneath the bed in a box or something like that, and just not showing it. But all of a sudden everybody wants to have your art because it's valuable. It shines light, right? So just getting it with all those examples, because they are not in a frame, right? They are just, I guess, nailed on the wall and in the middle of the creation phase. But afterwards, this looks like they disappear somewhere in a box and they are in the dark, you know. And then when you try just a little bit to show this stuff, you know, if you go somewhere and maybe enter some competitions or do something, mention it here and there, you know, without this feeling of, you know, sometimes it can feel like you just point on yourself, like, look what I have done, like a kid, you know, like, hey, look, you know, but it's not like that. It's just, you know, whenever it suits, you just mention things and it magically aligns and people are interested, right? And then it's more than that. So what else do you want, you know? I feel that still this disbelief is there. I was just grabbing a split of this one. Find out lost things. Yeah, right? It's like you have all those gifts laying around, dusting around in your life. In the darkness, you know, in a dark house, so to say, right? And then you pull them out and you spread it and show it and talk about it, mention it here and there, you know, just a little bit. It doesn't even have to be that much. And then all of a sudden, everybody, it's like your soul family comes in and they are loving you. They are like they see your compassion for whatever you have done, and they love it. And they recognize that you are a star just like them. Even though you haven't been, because you have been in the dark. Right? And therefore they just, you get all the support. And it says, shooting stars from a correspondent. Oh, that's awesome. A correspondent. So I feel like, you know, talk. Maybe people are talking about you, but not in a, you know, not in a gossipy way, in a good way, right? It's like, have you heard of XYZ? That's amazing, you know, you gotta look at it. And yeah, so that's really nice, right? But still, I'm very hesitant, you know, it's like you are standing there and it's just, when I get the energy of this, it's like you're standing there and you don't have trust. You still think that the waves are coming for you and the sea is going to wash you away from the shore, or, you know, from this cliff, and you will be never be seen. You know, it's like you will be swallowed by the darkness. That's what you think. What comes in is actually the opposite. And because it's the opposite, it could trigger fear because you don't know it. You know, because if there was an option on the darker timeline for this to happen, it would have happened that way, the way you feared. But now you have stepped up through the Wheel of Fortune. And everything aligns. It's like the perfect symbiosis of everything. It's like the way all of this reflects. I mean, if you look at it, I pulled so many decks, and there are the stars. Here are stars. There are stars. There are stars. You know, it just aligns. Everything is just it's just a perfect picture. Record, okay. Record. And the star sign, so that's really interesting. I feel that there's this, and forgive, okay. Well, I think that's another point, what leads you to step up the game with your new timeline. It's an important part of forgiveness, and seeing everything with compassion, and maybe also even having the understanding that the way other people might have acted, right? So, and there's this, the record, it's beautiful because it's, I feel that you have access to the Akashic records, right? So that's important. And also, it's like building yourself something. It's like, I love it, you know, because it has so many layers to it. So I feel that there's not just one thing that you do. There are several things that you do. And it's like, you have this house here, or, you know, the notes of it, the stars again, right? With all the star signs and the, you know, this bottle of water that is, it shows me that, you know, it's a cleansing as well, right? And then there's, so I feel that you are doing several things, not just one. And it's like unlimited. You are doing things unlimited. And that's why you are stepping up your timeline. And also it's all connected, which is beautiful. So all the stars are connected, right? You connect all the bits and pieces. It's like everything comes together in the right way for you. And it's also helping you overcoming some things from the past that were not beneficial, or just a little bit just in the darker timeline. And it's rewriting what you are becoming and stepping up, right? That's beautiful. And all the star signs here, right? And the record. So I feel that this is spiritual work, you know. And spiritual work can come in so many facets, right? It can be through music, it can be through art, it can be through writing, it can be through photography, it even can be through building, you know. Building can also be a very spiritual work. As long as it's a creation, it is already connected to something higher. Yeah, and you are connecting all the stars. I love that. Okay. This, I love that, is coming up quite often. Oh, and the interesting thing is I laid the cards on the table after I've read. Usually I put them back, which is interesting. It's because I think you are exploring a lot of options, and this gives you so much joy and compassion, and it's just the way you are, right? Alive. May you delight in vitality. Well, right? So, of course, I mean, it's when you have been on a dark timeline, you don't feel alive. You just feel that you are existing in a form of, it's very minimal. It's like just doing everything you have to do without compassion. And now you do everything you want to do with compassion. And you want to do more, even, right? You want to do several things. So that's beautiful, right? Maybe you want to do all of it. And you do. And you fill your day. It's like you fill your day and you feel so alive because you fill your day with so much. With everything you want to do. And you become this dancing wave. And look at the cliffs there. You're standing there and there's this, where there was this dark landscape in front of it. There's this beautiful sunrise. And the sunrise are you. There's the light. From darkness there comes the light. And you are the light. And you're experiencing it. And it's the most beautiful sunrise you've ever witnessed. And it's every day. And you. I love that. again, I said that so much in my recent readings, but you gotta say what you love, right? So I love that. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's time to release negativity, duh. If you haven't noticed so already. Okay, yeah, let's see who this reading is for. Oh, Taurus, okay, well. Additional info is in the little box below, and see you next time. Bye bye.